ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय सदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरविश्वे नमः। महाबोधे स्थिरे कनकरुचिर नीलशिखरे वसन प्रसदान्त सहज बलभद्रेण बलिना सुभद्रा मध्यस्थ सकल सुर सेवा वसरदो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे। श्री जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे। वागीश यस्य वदने लक्ष्मीर्यस्य वक्षसि यस्ते हृदय संवित् तम नृसिंहं भजे। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपीकांत राधाकांत नमस्ते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी तनमामि हरिप्रिये। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। बोलो हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। श्री जगन्नाथ भगवान की। श्री जगन्नाथ। Yeah. Yesterday we heard the glories of Hera Panchami, the victory over Lakshmi Devi. We heard so many details how she, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Swarup Damodar Goswami, they're joking and explaining about different varieties of Nayakas. Nayaka means heroine. One who is sober, another who is restless, and the third category is sober and restless together. We heard in detail about two wings, two moods of heroines. One is Vamya Bhav, left wing, another is Dakshin Bhav, right wing. Means in Vrindavan, Radharani always having Vamya Bhav. And Chandravali has Dakshin Bhav. Chandravali is submissive, but Radharani, she sometimes, not sometimes, most of the time, she manifests as sulky mood, and she gives very good answers. Chandravali has this is compared to as Grit Sneha. You know Grit? Grit means ghee, and Radharani is Madhu Sneha, like honey. This is all from Shirup Goswami Ujjwal Nilmani. Chandravali is like Grit Sneha, means ghee like. That means ghee is not delicious if we just eat without adding some spice, etc. Some spice or some other things have to be included in ghee to taste. But for honey, there's no need for any other mixture. Honey itself is sweet and delicious. And nourishing. So Radharani is compared to as Madhu Sneha, honey-like. And the mood of Radharani towards Krishna is, Krishna, you are mine. And mood of Chandravali is, I am yours. The same thing, right? You are mine means there's so much possessiveness. She has no problem if anyone loves Krishna, but she feels so bad that if Krishna goes to Chandravali and she don't know how to please Krishna because she is not familiar with the nature of Krishna. This is the only point where Radharani feel bad about, because she has full confidence that only I know how to love Krishna and how to serve Krishna. So we heard this yesterday, and reading further, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard these talks, his ocean of transcendental bliss increased. He therefore told Sarup Damodar, go on speaking, go on speaking. And thus Sarup Damodar Goswami continues. Mahaprabhu always used to say, because he is very fond of hearing. Krishna is giving so much instructions, Bhagavad Gita. But Krishna is also fond of hearing. He wants to hear from Braj Gopi on the bank of Jamuna, hearing Gopi Geet. And what is Gopi Geet about? The song of separation of gopis, and in that separation mood, gopis describing the qualities of Krishna. So not only Krishna is speaker, but he's also his listener. He wants to listen. That's the beauty of Krishna Katha. Those who very fluent and familiar with speaking, they also want to hear. They also want to hear. Not that they only want to speak. That's the nature of Krishna Katha. Shruvanti Gayanti Grinanti Sadhava. First canto Bhagavatam. Wants to hear, wants to speak, and remember. Because Krishna Katha is very glorious, and Krishna Katha is full of all flavors. Only thing is, we need that taste. Once, if anyone develop that taste one time, he's gone. Person is finished. As in Brahmar Geet, Radharani says, Yad anucharit leela karna piyush pipurat. If one time Krishna Katha enters in one ear, bas, it's finished. He becomes like a bird, flying here and there, just maintaining life. A person who hears one time Krishna Katha enters my ear, then becomes renounced here. No attachment to family. No attachment with any material object. Everything appears just faded. And if this is not happening, that means Krishna Katha has never entered in our ears. Wow. We hearing every day Bhagavatam class. We are hearing, sometimes we are speaking. Actually, this is not called hearing. If we are maintaining that material attachment along with developing taste in hearing Krishna Katha, something is wrong. And that's why Bhagavatam 11th canto says, Tushti Pushti Khud Payanu Bhasam Bhakti Pareshano Bhav Virakti. 3 examples means, come here so I can see you. If you're hungry, every morsel of food you put in your mouth, simultaneously 3 things happening. Tushti means satisfaction, pushti, nourishment, and hunger subsiding. Each and every morsel. If one is absent among these three, something is wrong. You eating so much but not nourished. You eating so much, no satisfaction. You eating so much but you having so much hunger, starving. That means some ghost or bacteria inside your body. So this analogy is given to understand uh, tushti bhakti pareshanubhav virakti. When we performing sadhan practices, practice is going good, realization of Krishna, and third point is renunciation from material world. Means that doesn't mean we just jump into lake. We stay in this material world. We have family. We are taking care of everything, all of them, but not 100% attachment. All attachment is towards Gurudev and Krishna. That's idle life. Even for Grasta or for Sannyasi, whoever it is. Just like Shiva's Pandit's son died. And Shiva's Pandit scolding his wife, keep quiet. I don't want Mahaprabhu to get disturbed. But son is dead. Doesn't mean he is not affected or attached, but he's more concerned about his worshipable Mahaprabhu. So this happens spontaneously when one time Krishna Katha enters in the ear. Just one time. And we are hearing so many classes, nothing is happening. Just one lecture is enough. Srila Vyasadeva gave one lecture to Naraji. Sorry, Naraji gave one lecture to Vyasadeva. That's it. Sri Naraji gave only one lecture to Valmiki. I was discussing with some devotees. There is a principle that 1 year one is supposed to observe a guru and disciple. That's the principle. When Naraji gave initiation to that hunter, did he wait it for 1 year? When Naraji gave initiation to that to Ratnakar, the dacoit who later became Valmiki, did he wait for 1 year? When Naraji was speaking Bhagavad Katha to Prahlad Maharaj when he was in the womb of his mother, was it 1 year? When Naraji met Dhruv Maharaj while he was going to forest, how many years he waited? Instant. Oh. But that's another point. Naraj is Mahabhagavad. He can do everything. For them, their principle doesn't apply. But this is a principle in Shastra. So everyone has to abide by the principle. It doesn't say this principle is meant only for Kanishta Guru. It doesn't say this principle is meant for Madhyam Guru. It's for everyone. So there are many, many examples. When Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, he came to America with this mission in this old age, in the advanced age. And when he saw hippies, he introduced Hare Krishna Mahamantra and Krishna Prasad. And Krishna Prasad removed that contamination from their heart. And Krishna Katha or Krishna Nam is one and the same thing. That Krishna Katha, Krishna Nam entered in the ears of those hippies and they got changed. I'm not familiar, I'm not sure, but was it the condition that he told you have to wait 1 year? Immediately. Because as I'm just repeating the word of Srila Gurudev, even if anyone chants just one day and next day gives up. What is loss? No loss. Gain. That's why Bhagavad Gita says, Swalpamasya dharmasya trayeto mahato bhayat. Read this Bhagavad Gita verse. Neha bhi karma shochati pratyavaya na vidyate swalpamasya dharmasya trayeto mahato bhayat. Any little endeavor on this path of Krishna consciousness saves one from great dangers. Any little endeavor. Further, Krishna says, my bhakta, my devotee never perish. Kaunteha pratijani na me bhakt pranashyati. My devotee never perish. I'm always there. Whatever sanskar one received in this lifetime and gives up, that will remain like a seed in a dormant state. And in any one lifetime, again, some association of a Mahabhagat and it sprouts. So the point is, allowing the ears to hold that something which is very substantial, which is heavy, but also subtle, that is Krishna Katha, allowing that to enter in the ears. Remove that wax, which is not allowing the Krishna Katha to. What is that wax? Only hearing prajalpa, only hearing criticism, jealousy mood, why he is or she is rising, why not me? These are obstacles, not allowing Krishna Katha to go in the ears. So there are many examples. In Srimad Bhagavatam, our one Mataji, Hima Mataji was saying, Jad Bharat and Rahugan, the dialogue between Jad Bharat and Rahugan, just one lecture. Rahugan just heard one lecture and completely changed. So this is what gopis are saying, Brahmar Geet. Just one time, Krishna Katha enters in the ears. And if we allow that Krishna Katha to enter through ears and make resident in the courtyard of our heart, renunciation is bound to come. And when it's not happening, something is wrong. Three goes together: sadhan, realization, and renunciation. If sadhan is not correct, not good, there will be no realization. If sadhan is good, if sadhan is not good, and I start thinking, I'm realizing Krishna, something is wrong. That means there's some artificial imposition or just artificial meditation on some boy and girl and his Radha and Krishna and seeing them meeting together. Artificial. That's on mental platform. Whereas mental platform is not bona fide. Bhur Bhava Swaha. Only male section chant this. What is the meaning? This is Gayatri. Bhu means mental, the plane of mental acquisition. Then other plane is intellectual, intelligent, intellectual plane. And Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. I will supply intelligence. He is not saying I will supply mind. No. So that's just called Sahajism or Gauranga Nagarivad, all this of Sampradayas. Sahaja means Sahaj. Sahaj means taking everything very lightly and uh, spontaneous, cheap, whereas it is not. We are hearing such wonderful Hari Katha uh, given by Sarup Damodar Goswami that Mahaprabhu is relishing. And we are also, according to our capacity, we are relishing. The example is given just like, you have so many mangoes there. In India, they eat mangoes like this, not taking the skin out, just tasting everything. And when you eat mango, some drops fall on the ground. And then so many ants comes there and they have small appetite. One drop of that mango is enough for 10 ants to relish. They enjoy in according to their capacity full satisfaction. But we can't with one drop. We need the complete mango, maybe two or five. Oh. So pure devotees Mahabhagavas. And here Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is relishing the topic. How much we can relish according to like ant, small, without any realization. Ant doesn't know this is mango. It's Alfonso or there's so many varieties of mango. In India, there's so many varieties. Almost like 55 different varieties of mango. Yes. Safeda and Alfonso. And there is one mango called handicap, Langda. You see? So this is the difference. And that's why Rup Goswami indirectly want to encourage us, but he wrote indirectly, not with a mood of discouraging. He wrote one song in songbook. Bandhu yadi Bandhu sange yadi tava ranga parihar thake abhilash thake abhilash thake abhilash thake abhilash Bandhu sange yadi tava ranga parihar तबे मोर कथा राखो जे अनाको मथुराए केशी तीर्थे घाटेर प्रकाश. This is a song in a songbook, which means careful. If you want to stay with your family lovingly with attachment, never ever enter in Vrindavan. Oh, but sir, I went Vrindavan. I didn't knew this is Vrindavan. Okay, you already in Vrindavan, then be careful. Don't go to the bank of Jamuna. There's a ghat called Keshi Ghat. Never ever go there. But I'm new person. I didn't knew this is Keshi Ghat. Is there any ghost there? You making us scared that don't go there? Yes. There's one temple, Govindji temple. Don't step in that temple. Don't ever step in that temple. But Prabhu, there were so many temples. I don't know who's Govindji, who's Madan Mohan, who's 7 prominent temples. I didn't know this Govindji or Madan Mohan ji or Gopinath ji or Radha Raman ji or Gokulanand ji or Radha Damodar ji, Sham Sundar ji, Madhav ji, Gokulanand ji, Girdhari ji. I didn't know. I just entered. Okay, by mistake. Okay, no problem. But careful. Don't look in the eyes of Govindji. But if you look in the eyes, you finish. You'll be not happy. What do you mean, I'll be not happy? Means you'll be not happy with your family anymore. Because through his eyes are so beautiful. Namo Pankaj Nabhaya, Namo Pankaj Maline, Namo Pankaj Netraya, Namaste Pankajangre. His navel is lotus. His feet are lotus. His hands are like lotus. His eyes are lotus. His face is like lotus. He has some very great power, magnetic power of hypnotism. If you see in the eyes of Krishna, will hypnotize you. And that's why it is said sometimes he's a black serpent. Snakes, they have this art. That's why if you come across some snake, don't look in the eyes. The big ones, the python ones. If you look in the eyes, they will hypnotize you. You will lose all your senses. And this gradually will come and start eating you. So if you look in the eyes of Krishna, how can you escape these big eyes of Jagannath? You see behind me? But seeing Jagannath, no problem. Even though big eyes, no problem at all. Because he's absorbed. This is Mahabhav, Mahabhav form of Krishna. He is not in his own senses what he can hypnotize us. Who is Jagannath? You see the Jagannath behind me? Krishna. But he don't look like Krishna. This big eyes, dilated eyes, smiling. He's totally absorbed in Radha Bhav. He's not in his senses. Radharani has hypnotized him. So he cannot do anything. But if we see in the eyes of Krishna, Murli Vadan playing flute, he's going to capture us. That means definitely one gets fall in love with Krishna. And once you get fall in love with Krishna, all other love, all other attachment appears faded. Then your husband will say, "What happened to you? Why are you not giving attention?" Wives will say, "What happened to you? You're not looking after me." Children will say, "Dad, what's wrong with you? Mother, what's wrong? You forgot to give me milk. You forgot to give me candies. What's happening? Before you were nice." Hmm? And then mother comes back to consciousness. "Oh, okay, okay, baby. Sleep on my lap. Sleep on my lap." Before she used to sing something else, but now, Govinda Damo Daramadhaveti, Govinda Damo Daramadhaveti, Govinda Damo Daramadhaveti, Govinda Damo Daramadhaveti. Wife is serving prasadam to husband, and she's keep on putting, keep on, and plate from the pot to the plate gets full like a Govardhan hill. She's emptying the whole pot, and he's looking, "What are you doing? Are you in your senses? What happened?" Govinda Damo Daramadhaveti, Govinda Damo Daramadhaveti. Oh, the mother-in-law, she sent her daughter-in-law to get some water from the well. And she's carrying what? A big pot. Have you ever seen? Still, it's present in Braj, in Vrindavan. They carry 5 pots, one on the top, and without touching them, they walk. See? Without touching them, they walk and they carry their child like this. Another hand is like this on the waist, and they're walking, and never ever any pot fall on the ground. So much balancing. So what she do? She take out all her pots with the rope, tie with the rope, put in the well, and get water. But she's so lost in Krishna, she put her child on the pot and throwing in the well. And all the other women there say, "What are you doing? You crazy? You want to kill your child?" She's so lost. Why? Govinda Damodar Madhaveti. Govinda Damodar Madhaveti. One gopi started cooking. She just started. And coal, wood is there on that stove, and the pot is there. She's supposed to put some ghee and other spices, but she's so lost in Krishna. The pot is there on the fire. She's forgetting to put anything in the pot. The pot start burning because she's lost in Krishna. This was what happens if we see in the eyes of Govinda. This happens. So if you don't want this situation to come to you, never go to Vrindavan. Okay? Never go to Jamuna. And never go Gomiji temple. Never. Rup Goswami already made us, aware of this situation. But if you go there, and you see in the eyes of Krishna, Govindji, you'll be lost in Govindji. As Meeraji used to sing all the time, Mere to Girdhar Gopal, dusro na koi. All the time she's singing and chanting Krishna, Krishna, Girdhar Gopal, Girdhar Gopal, Girdhar Gopal. And husband became so upset and envious to her. What's wrong with you? Then why you married to me? She said, Girdhar Gopal, Girdhar Gopal. I don't know anything. My parents married. Oh. And she's not giving any attention to husband. And not only that, she's dancing in the streets with ordinary people. That made her husband so upset. He plotted to kill her. And he brought a pot of poison saying, Meera, this is Charnamrit of Krishna. He wants to get rid of her. And Meera just hearing, oh, this is Charnamrit of my Krishna. She drank. And husband was well happy. Now she will die. But nothing is happening. Her purity and her absorption in Krishna is so high that poison cannot affect her. Because the pure devotees, like Shiva also, he drank poison. Nothing happened to her. No, nothing happened to him. Because they're drinking something more intense and strong than poison. What is that? Separation of Krishna is more bitter than poison. The separation of Krishna diminish the pride of poison, and diminish the pride, and the union of Krishna diminished pride of nectar. Demigods, they drink nectar, they think we achieved everything. We have achieved everything. But when Shukdev Goswami was about to speak Bhagavad Katha, the demigods brought the pot of nectar from heaven, Swarga, and told Shukdev Goswami, Parikshit got cursed, he's going to die in 7 days. Can we have exchange deal? Give this nectar to Parikshit, and in return, in exchange, give us what? Krishna Kathamritam. The nectar of Krishna Katha. So even though they're drinking nectar in Swarga, they're not satisfied, not happy there. No matter what kind of nectar one drink. There are many kind of nectars. I can't even say in class here, but Jayadev Goswami in Geet Govinda is writing that. The touch of a person is also look like nectar and many other nectars. But the nectar of Krishna Katha is so high that it diminished the pride of nectar. And separation is more intense than poison. All devotees like Shiva, Meera, oh, she drank that. Uh, they were feeling separation from Krishna. So ordinary nectar cannot do anything. If you already have venom in your body, if your snake bites you, will not. What if snake bites the snake? Something happen? I don't think so. I'm not familiar because snake already have poison. So if you already have this poison of separation from Krishna and burning in that fire of separation every day, Krishna, when will I get your service? Not your darshan, but your service. Nobody asks separation from Krishna. Everyone wants union with Krishna. But our acharyas explains Vina Vipranambena Sambhog Pushtim Ashnuyut. Without separation, there is no flavor in that union, in that meeting. So separation is very essential. And Bhagavatam, Vritasur is praying for separation. Vritasur is praying 6th canto, right? Shri Vritasur is praying to Krishna. By seeing my separation, my bhakti, I beg you, I request you, don't come in front of me. Let me burn in that separation. I want just your separation. But I know you are Bhakta Vatsal, you are affectionate to devotees. If you can't resist, you can come, but stay behind. Don't come in front of me. Let me burn in that separation. Because he's very clever. He knows in separation, there is so much meeting. Viraha. Viraha means Vishesh Rupena Raha. Viraha means a special meeting where one sees one's beloved everywhere, every corner. Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj used to give examples. Husband, wife staying together. If husband goes out for 1 year in another country, wife in separation from her husband, she see her husband everywhere in the house. Oh, this cloth belongs to my husband. Oh, he used to sit there. He used to eat this. He used to eat that. Everywhere she sees her husband. The separation enhanced that meeting. So Vritasur is praying for what? Separation. Samanjasya virah akamshate. So we are not allowing that Krishna Katha to enter in our ears. Because we are very stubborn with our attachment. Just like we got haunted by a ghost. If anyone haunted by a ghost, we call that person, what do you call? No, the exorcist. He comes, he knows the mantra. We are also haunted by external energy, Maya. And that's why exorcist means Guru comes in our life. And it's no one can be more expert than him. And then this is how, have you ever seen anyone haunted by ghosts and how this exorcist, those priests, how they are They chant mantras, they sprinkle water, holy water, and they chant mantra loudly and sometimes whispering, because those they got perfection, those mantras, and it helps the ghost to leave and sprinkle some water, right? And similarly, because of our state, Gurudev comes as and he's sprinkling holy water. And the aarti in the morning and evening, the pujari sprinkling from the conch holy water. And he gives us mantra and asking us to chant loudly, because एनेची औषधि माया नाशिवार लागी हरि नामा महामंत्र लहो तु विमागी. No, a verse before that. जीव जागो गौरा चंद्र बोले को तो निद्रा जाओ माया पिशाची राकोले. Maya is compared to as Pishachi. Pishachi means witch. How long are you going to sleep in the lap of witch? On the lap of witch. So the only mantra is Mahamantra, Krishna Nam and Krishna Katha. But Gurudev, I'm feeling weak. Hide Durbalya, weakness of heart. Tato dusangam usijya, tatsu sajet buddhiman, sant eva chindanti manovyaksavan uktavi. Sadhus are carrying sword in their mouth, not in their hands. So their words are cutting that knot which is there in the heart from life and lives and lives. So therefore their words appears very rude, very unpolite, and just hits the heart, the knot, because they want to cut that knot. Sant eva chindanti manovyaktavan uktavi. With their lectures, etc., they cut the knot in the heart. But Gurudev, still I'm finding this so difficult. When I chant, I can't focus. My mind wanders in all directions. I have no taste for Harikatha. I have taste for seeing movies. I have taste for hearing Prajalpa. I have taste of hearing nice music. But when it comes to Krishna Katha, I get samadhi. Yes. The perfection of hearing Hari Katha is samadhi. When Gurudev is speaking Hari Katha, we get samadhi. Hanging here and there. So Gurudev, what is the remedy? What shall I do? When I chant Harinam, so many sinful thoughts comes in my mind. I feel like giving up Harinam. So Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada saying no. While chanting, because of our previous habits, sinful thoughts comes in our mind. Don't give up chanting. Chant loudly. Those sinful thoughts means attacked by a ghost. So when ghost attacks you, what do you do? Hare Krishna, loudly. Understand? It happened once. There's one devotee in India. we Srila Gurudev, he used to do Bhagavad Saptaha. And after one day, Hari Katha over, distribution of prasadam, and all devotees leave. They left, and this one devotee, it was winter in the month of December. Hmm. So after cleaning everything, he gets free around 10:30, 11 o'clock in night, and he was walking like 2 kilometers to his home, back to his home, and he saw a figure like smoke appeared in front of him. Smoke, but a figure like a ghost. And ghost spoke to him. Give me your neck beads. Give me your neck beads. Kanthi. Because he can't enter in his body if this is here. So he was threatening him. I will kill you. I will beat you. And Gurudev told never to leave this. This will protect you. So even though he was threatening and saying so much, he said, no, I will not give this. My Gurudev gave this. I will not give you this. And the ghost was like so much threatening, roaring. And this is what the secret is. They try to overpower you. But if you feel weak and crying and running, but they understand you are weak. You should shout at them. Ah! And this is what he did. He shouted back at the ghost, go away from here. I will, otherwise, he took his Brahman thread like this. He said, I'm going to chant Gayatri Mantra. Go away from here. And disappeared. He disappeared. And there was one of our Guru Varga, uh, disciple of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. He was Grasta. His name was Shri Madan Mohan Prabhu. He always used to chant the name of his Guru Maharaj, Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. I personally saw him. He used to come to see my Guru Maharaj. It was very close relationship. And whenever he used to come, we're sitting on his, on the ground, just watching what he's doing, and he's just chanting every time. Prabhupada, 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 day and night. He was so much into his Guru Maharaj. Once upon a time, a ghost haunted him, and he felt someone is strangling his neck. And immediately chanted, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Ghost disappeared from there. Just by hearing Prabhupada. So we are also afflicted with this disease, I say this problem. Koto nidra jao maya pishachira kole. How long you going to sleep in this lap of Maya? Pishachi, compared to as witch. And sleeping means, even though we are awake, but we are sleeping. What is the meaning of sleeping here? Sleeping means ignorance. So when even we are in a awake situation, we are ignorant because we are not understanding Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dhan Pran. Krishna is my everything. And falsely I am seeing he's my husband, she's my wife, my children, but every one of us, we are individuals, came from different universes or different locations. We met together, we start developing attachment, but we forget who is our real attachment, our source of attachment. It's Mahaprabhu, is Krishna. And this is Even demons, means Hiranyakashipu is speaking this, teaching to his uh, queens of Hiranyaksh, just like at airport. You're going Dallas airport and flight got delayed, not mine. So let's say someone's flight got delayed, and you wait. Other people also there, start building, relationships, speaking. Oh, yes, this is happening. Are you vaccinated? Are you not vaccinated? And the whole theory and starts with vaccination and where do you stay? What you do in the same flight, next seat, sharing food together, and then flight landing at Florida. Everyone goes their own way. Finish. This is how we all come together. And one day we have to go our destination, but we forget who is our pilot. Hari Name Noka Khani Shri Guru Kandari Shri Guru Kandari. Hari Nam is boat and Gurudev is the captain of that boat. His pilot, his captain, his driver, and he's taking us to our destination. That's why Krishna is our everything. This realization is very rare, but we all progressing, and we should progress on this realization gradually, even while staying with family, etc., but not forgetting Krishna, who is the only and only and only object of love and attachment. And how this will develop? Anyone to whom we don't see, how we can develop attachment with that person? Not possible. Therefore, Krishna manifests in the form of Guru Dev. In developing attachment with Guru Dev, serving him, remembering him, following him, the same amount of attachment being transferred to Krishna. Yasya deve parabhakti, yatha deve tatha guru, tasya kathitamartham prakashante mahatmana. Same amount of attachment. That's why we remember our Gurudev, the beginning of the day. And we remember Gurudev at the end of our day. That's a practice. A disciple remembers one's Gurudev even before opening one's eyes. The day starts with the remembrance of Guru. And when goes to bed, the day ends with remembrance of Guru. Just 1 second. And in this way, one feel attachment. And this attachment is actually positive. And this attachment is what we are longing for. And in this way, gradually, we get realization, get knowledge, so forth. My whole time, I wanted to read. It's already 1 o'clock. Okay, just one verse. Was so interesting topic we were hearing yesterday. Okay. So, they were discussing there are 2 kinds of heroines. One is left wing, means Vamya Bhav, and other is Dakshin Bhav, means submissive. A gopi who is always eager to be jealously angered, who is very enthusiastic for that position, who immediately becomes angry when defeated, who is never under the control of her beloved and who always opposes him, is called left wing, Vamya Bhav. So example is Radharani. Then other is Dakshin Bhav. What is that? A gopi who cannot tolerate womanly anger, who speaks suitable words to her beloved, and who is satisfied by his sweet words, is called Dakshin Bhav. Yesterday we heard in detail about this. Swarup Damodar Goswami continued. Oh, I started speaking from this point when Mahaprabhu said, go on speaking, go on speaking. That's from where I go on speaking, I go on speaking. Srimati Radharani's love is highly advanced ecstasy. All her dealings are completely pure and devoid of material tinge. There is no tinge of even selfish desire or selfish love or her satisfaction involved in service to Krishna. All her love is so highly advanced that all her dealings are completely pure. Indeed, her dealings are 10 times purer than gold. Gold is pure, right? But Radharani love is more pure than gold. Now, gold means Gurudev gave me this example. The milk of she lion is very hot, very high potency. If you try to hold that in any other pot, your stainless steel or any other pot, you can't. You get the hole and the milk just fall on the ground. It's that strong. Any other pot cannot hold. Only golden pot can hold the milk of she lion. Only golden pot. Other day we milk cows here. The milk of cow is so sober. We were milking, right? In plastic and whatever containers. We were milking cows. Me and my friend here. Milking cow. Such a wonderful experience. Hmm. But milk of she lion, can you milk lion? Good luck. Huh? Don't try this at home. Disclaimer, don't try this at home. So milk of she lion is so strong. Only golden pot can hold that. So Gurudev used to give this analogy saying the milk of she lion is so heavy, so strong. That means Krishna Prem is also very strong like milk of she lion. And only a golden pot can hold this. Means anyone who is so effulgent and pure like gold can only hold Krishna Prem. Other pots will not work there. Plastic, steel, iron won't work there. Golden, effulgent and pure like gold. You see? That's why. As soon as Radharani gets a chance to see Krishna, her body is suddenly decorated and various ecstatic ornaments. With various ecstatic ornaments. How is this possible? I can't digest this. As soon as Radharani gets a chance to see Krishna, her body is suddenly decorated. Huh? Who's decorating? With various ecstatic ornaments. What ornaments? Various ecstatic ornaments. That's the ornaments of gopis. What are those ornaments? Tears from the eyes, hair stand on end, All those Ashta Sattvic Bhav, 8 transcendental ecstasies. That's the ornaments of gopis, and that's the ornaments of Vaishnavas. Bhagavatam first canto says, Tadasham saram hide vitedam yadgrinam harinam deha. If tears flowing from the eyes while speaking Krishna Katha or speaking Krishna Nam or hearing, but heart is not melting, those tears are just emotions. It has to be related to melting of the heart. And these are the ornaments of Vaishnavas. No other ornaments required. No necklace, no bracelet. These are all useless. As there is one verse says, Jati Shastra Japatapa Apraneshu Deh Mandanam Lokaranjanam. Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya Jati Shastra Japatapa Apraneshu Dehasya Mandanam Lokaranjanam. Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada used to say this a lot. Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya. A person devoid of bhakti, no matter how much is decorated or she is decorated, it is just like a woman dead body and you decorate her body with ornaments. Is it any fun in that? She look beautiful if she dead and we putting so many ornaments on her body? No. When she's alive, then ornaments make her beautiful. So Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya. Anyone who is devoid of Bhagavad Bhakti, Krishna's Bhakti, that person is, no matter how beautiful, handsome, but is just like a dead body. And the ornaments, what are the best and ideal ornaments? Those transcendental ecstasies. Tears coming to the eyes. Voice get choked. Hair standing on end. Trembling. Stunned. And final is murcha. Unconscious. But anyone who's going through, he never reveals that I'm a pure devotee. They say, oh, this is something, some artificial emotions came, I related something. They always try to hide this. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who can relish more than Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Anyone? No one. Mahaprabhu is going through all those 8 transcendental ecstasies at the same time, which is so rare, means impossible. 8. But even after that, Mahaprabhu used to say what? Na prema gandha asti durape mein haro. And not even have a tinge of prem in me. Mahaprabhu is saying this. Mahaprabhu is relishing those moods. Incomplete, totally extreme. But what he's claiming? I have not a tinge of prema in me. Na prema gandha asti durape mein haro. The word spoken by Radharani. But Mahaprabhu in the mood of Radharani speaking this. Kandrami sobhagyam prakashitam. I'm just weeping to make a show off. Mahaprabhu is saying. This is just a show off. Those who don't have prem, they expose. I have prem. Prem is just like a laddu. You make a laddu and you eat. Is that cheap? Shri Rupa Goswami has prem. And what he's saying? Bhakti rudanchati yadyapi madhava natoi mama tela matri. In that song, Krishna Dev Bhavantam Vande. What he's saying? Oh Madhav, I don't even have a bhakti of like sesame seed at your lotus feet. We're going to hear in evening in detail about this. Now's the time for Aarti here. See you all tomorrow, same time. श्री जगन्नाथ भगवान की जय। श्री सचिनंदन गौर हरि की जय। शिला गुरु जी की जय। हरे कृष्ण।